This shit I've been needing tight. They don't do any crimes. Cause all my niggas fight. Sound politics fight. Cowards cold. Real niggas gon' break stand. But they believe they won't compromise the faith. Never harmonize the trade. Do not affiliate with impersonators. You cross the line, you gon' catch the fate. My niggas strong, no chase. Them other niggas sweet like dilates. Take for the brown shut like annihilate. Every time I move a race, demonstration, all I deny is fake. Oh, my brother's glorious, you warriors, the labor swore down and tell cities can't stop to be victorious. Thrown in my way, with a supreme audience, proud ass nigga get exiled for murdering by my brothers. Yeah, you already know what it is. 144 back in the day, you be textile, put it down for my brothers. And I won't straight up. That's my bitch with this shit. That's like TITHES. They my brothers. You gon' ruin it on the team on stage. You gon' ruin this bitch at all costs. Nigga, we gon' take you from the block. Scrap this stuff. Take it to the body. We gon' eat and drink. We ain't all about right like the leather house. They can't create one of my wins, nigga. I can tell you fake from the treacherous mouth. Can't God is all hell, we don't believe that. Give a damn about the 2 cents, fuck the feedback. I give it all for my brothers, they deserve. No excuses for my niggas. They strive to be perfect, sacrifice without cold, they never hope. UPK be clean tight like CP joke. It's going to the end, it's for the wise man joke. We lick from the top shelf, but I spit it with the love. One for the cold, nigga, everybody know. All the apple rolling with the beans, fuck the road. Shit, you down for the cause, gotta show. Stay hard and you not look from late call when the days pop up. Compete like David Jones locker. My father's central locker. No competition, only this is for my brother.
All right, let's clap it up, man. Let's clap it up. Shalom, y'all, by Shem Yahushua Barakatah. Shalom, Yahushua Lefun, by Shem Yahushua. To all the sisters, it's Friday, LASHAWAN QADASH, the Hebrew fast. LASHAWAN is tongue, QADASH is holy. The Hebrew language is the holy tongue. We speak in Hebrew, we write in Hebrew, we read in Hebrew. It's our goddamn language, it's our goddamn culture. We out there doing it for our people, man. All right? Gotta do it for yourself sometimes, man. And in this case, we doing it all righteously for ourselves. This ain't a selfish thing. When I say ourselves, I'm talking about all our people. I Captain Kai say, you see all them brothers marching, they all my brothers. You see every black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian, they all our brothers and sisters, all right? So we doing it for us. Doing it for ourselves, man. To hell with these other nations, the water. To hell with the oppressor. Let's speak and let's read some Hebrew. So this time, all right, this lesson today, we're going to finish the connectors, meaning the connecting characters that go on the end of a root word. Last week, well, the week before last, we did the beginning connectors. Ya, ha, wa, ba, ma, la, ka, all those that go on the beginning of a root word, all right, and what they mean. This week, we're going to go over the ending connectors. Those same connectors, some of them, when they fall at the end of a root word, what they mean, all right? So let's get straight into it. And then after that, we may go into the tenses, like the past tense, present tense, future tense. Depending on how long we spend on this, there's only a few. But I'm going to start with the present tense, since that's the easiest. We're going to get straight into it right after we've done these ending connectors. Abahaya, my go-to soldier. All right? When it comes down, it's writing on this board in that Hebrew. All right? So how we did it last time, this is the list right here. I just need you to start with this one. Why? You need a paper. You can put the why, you know why, what it means. Put it in the ancient, and the Assyrian.
Okay.
Put the pronunciation on how to say it, and of course what it means in English.
Okay.
It's the standard. All right. Can I get I'm gonna wait for you to get done with the camera. Can I get a scripture? Can I get Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 9? Whenever you get a chance. Yeah, come on. All right. And then we grab this for you. You know when you got it? While you getting that, let me go upstairs. Take a seat to the next one. All right. And let me know if you see the apocrypha. It should be an apocrypha here, or maybe two apocryphas here. In the school, I want to go to the prologue of Ecclesiasticus. I see the trooper guy is apocrypha. Can I show it to the people real quick? All right. If y'all don't know, this is the apocrypha. Right. This is the part of the 1611 King James Bible. Right. That was taken out after the Council of Nicaea. Now, the Bible was not tampered with in the way that people think it was tampered with, meaning the words were not changed. But they did take out these 12 books, 14 books. You see, we just counted. Can't go wrong with that, right? Right. We just counted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 books. All right? 14 books. As a matter of fact, I'll show you what books they are. This is the Apocrypha, authorized King James Version. All right? These are the books that was taken out of the 1611 Bible, the original Bible. All right? The original King James Bible. They took these out. Of course, the devil. They took out these 14 books right here. They took these out right here. So Esdras, Maccabees, Judith, Tobit, Bel and the Dragon, the Wisdom of Solomon, or Ecclesiasticus, right? What else? Wisdom of Solomon, Ecclesiasticus, Baruch, and so on and so forth. I know you can see the Prayer of Manasseh, all of those, all right? There's one that I always forget, the History of Susanna, you gotta read that, all right? The Song of the Three Holy Children, the rest of Esther, and I believe that's it, all right? So go ahead and get this right here. So, in the prologue to Ecclesiasticus, I want to, matter of fact, if you can come up, you can read that. You got the highlighted, you know the part I want? You do? All right, no sweat. It's towards the end of the prologue of Ecclesiasticus. Let me know when you got it. We'll wait for you to get it. We'll come up here real quick, sip on some soda. You got it? Can you read that for me?
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, prologue. A prologue made by an uncertain author.
Towards the bottom. You want towards the bottom, right? Where it says it's not spoken in another form, don't have the same force.
Okay.
For the same things right here. For the same things uttered in Hebrew.
Okay.
There you go. Y'all listen to this carefully. Go ahead.
Prologue of the wisdom of Jesus, the son of Sarah, towards the end. For the same things uttered in Hebrew.
For the same things uttered in what?
Hebrew.
Uttered in what language?
Hebrew.
Go ahead. For the things that are uttered. Things that are said in Hebrew. Go ahead.
and translated into another tongue.
And translated, meaning broken down into another language, not changed.
Right.
Now, if dog is dog, then dog is dog in this language.
Right.
We ain't saying dog is car.
Right.
That's what they try to tell you. Now, that did happen with other books that are not the Bible, like the NIV and the New whatever the hell that is. That ain't the Bible. That's what man wrote. Meaning that's what evil niggas wrote.
Right.
I mean, they ain't the prophets of the Lord. They didn't write that. This is what the regular cats out there change. It's how you get the gay Bible and the lesbian Bible and all that. We know. Come on, man.
Right.
Really, the lesbian, the gay Bible. We know that shit ain't slot. That shit is not real.
Right.
Now, the Bible, however, the King James Version, was not changed. It was translated.
Right.
Dog is dog in English. Dog is whatever the hell dog is in Spanish.
Right.
I'm talking about a pit bull, you know I'm talking about dog. In Chinese, you say dog in Chinese, they eat dog. They know dog is dog. It's just a word for Chinese how to get that damn coronavirus. Because
Right.
they eat dog. They didn't say dog is a car in Chinese. So now let me go back to what we was just reading. So the same things that are uttered in English and translated, meaning broken down in another language.
Right.
Go ahead.
Have not the same force.
It don't have the same what?
Force
Go ahead.
in them. And not only these things, but
So wait, not only does it not have the same force, how about Shemel Shabbat? That's Hebrew. Lord bless you in the name of Jesus. It's English. They don't have the same force.
Right.
No, it's like I'm speaking in the holy tongue, God's language. How about Shemel Shabbat? That's the same language as God, man. It don't have the same force in it as Lord bless you in the name of Jesus. I mean, goddamn. Tap dance and fall out on the damn floor in English.
Right.
You don't have the same force, man. Go ahead.
If I could, sir, you bring out it so heavy. That's like when you see brothers that are vagabonds and be like, all praises.
Mm-hmm. You're like, what the hell is all praises, man?
Right.
Why don't you speak your language?
Right.
All praises. That doesn't even, it sound lame.
Right.
But we should speak our language.
Right.
And once again, all those brothers, they should definitely come to the 51st annual Passover. They can learn not to, you know what I mean, what we say.
Right.
That's just what somebody else made up. We never said that.
Right.
We Barakatah Yahweh, while Yahweh shot. Say it gotta have some masculinity. You know what I mean?
Right.
So the things that are translated, it don't have the same force
Right.
when you speak in another language or write this down in another language. Not only that, but go ahead.
but the law itself.
But the law itself is not the way it is in Hebrew, man. I'll show y'all something. I'll show y'all something, all right? Y'all have never, ever seen this, man. Ever. Unless you're an I.S.U.P.K, of course. You're an I.S.U.P.K, you've seen this probably 15 times already. Maybe. I mean, maybe not. Maybe your first time seeing it. It's still good. Show you something. It's the 10 Commandments in Hebrew. Ancient Hebrew. Well, you know I can get this and everything jammed up. It's the 10 Commandments in ancient Hebrew. Bring it in close. Bang. Real close. There we go. Don't pull it back. Ancient Hebrew, the 10 Commandments. It's over 600 laws, statutes, and commandments. There you go. We break this thing down. It's the way Adam wrote.
Right.
The same Hebrew characters that Adam used, not the Assyrian heathens. We got this thing straight from Adam, man. Hell with the wife of the oppressor.
Right.
It's the 10 Commandments, man. Come on now. Listen, the law itself ain't even the same. That's holy. We looking at holy writing, man. Something that the first language ever written on the earth is what you're looking at up there. Can you step to the side of that Bible? Yeah. The first language ever written on the earth. Here you go. That's what it looked like. This is wild. Today, they take the shah. This is a shah right here, and they use it as a W, and now the W has the sound Y. This is a Y right here.
Right.
The Assyrians use this as a Y, or what people today say is a W. But really, the W comes from the character shah. This is a shah in the holy language. Come on, man. The law ain't even the same. Nothing is the same, man. You gotta go to the heathens to get they right, man. This comes straight handed down from Adam, man. Come on now, that's something. Like Adam was the first man in the truth. That gotta mean something. If that don't mean something to you, you probably a heathen. I mean, that's understandable. You're a heathen. But man, this language right here, man, is come on now. It's holy. Go ahead and read it. So
And the prophets.
And the prophets, man. The prophets, when you go and speak the prophets' names in Hebrew, what the prophets wrote in Hebrew, the breakdowns, the books, it's not the same. How they wrote in Hebrew, man, listen, can I get, I think I did this already. Give me Psalms, the 8th chapter. King David, right? King David, he wasn't he was a prophet. He prophesied about Christ. Can I get Psalms, the 8th chapter? King David, right? When he was writing his songs in Hebrew, I mean, you can't compare that to a Jay-Z rap or some garbage today. Right. Jay-Z raps in English. King David rapping and singing in goddamn Hebrew. Right. And made his own beats. Jay-Z don't make his own damn beats. King David was Pharrell, Timberland, Kanye West without the crooning. Right. On a goddamn beat, man. To his own beats. Right. Pharrell without the homosexuality and all that. Kanye without being a coon. Timberland was pretty thorough. I don't think he did nothing coonery that I can say. Right. I don't know. Maybe somebody else knows, but Timberland seems to be the most thorough. We use Timberland. Right. Kept his masculinity. You know what I mean? Right. He didn't turn to a fat a gay man for the. You know what I mean? For money and fame. Not that I know of, all right? Go ahead and read it. Give me Psalms 8th chapter.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 8, and verse 1. O Lord, our Lord, how excellent is thy name in all the earth, who has set
Yahweh Elohayim Salaki. Yahweh Elohayim Bakal Salaki. Read it again.
O Lord, our Lord, how excellent is thy name in all the earth.
Yahweh Elohayim Shamka Bakal Ha'aratza. I think I'm missing something. Yahweh, my Adiyar, that's what it is. Yahweh Elohayim Ma'adiyar Shamka Bakal Ha'aratza. That was the hook. What verse was that?
Verse 1.
Go down to verse 8.
Verse 8. The fowl of the air and the fish of the sea, and whatsoever passeth through the paths of the seas.
Now that rhymes with English. The fowls of the air and the fish of the sea, and whatsoever pass through the paths of the seas. It's a bar.
Right.
And that's English. In Hebrew, everything rhymes. All of it rhymes, which is why in Hebrew, when you rap in Hebrew, you cannot rap rhyming. That's not how, if you read Psalms 8th chapter, which is like one of the easiest Psalms to get, you can see that the rhyming is not what's so major about it. Everything rhymes. Ka, ma, la, fa, pa, za, kwa, ra, sha, da, a, ba. Everything rhymes. So yeah, your bars had to be lyrical, which is why Israel is so big on lyrics. Read what else he said after that.
Verse 9. O Lord, our Lord, how excellent is thy name in all the earth.
That was the hook. Yahawah Ma'ad Yarshim Ka Bakal Ha'aratasa. Like everything he's saying, it means something. So even with the prophets write in Hebrew, it ain't the same as in English or any other corny heathen language, man.
Right.
That's the language of the Lord. Imagine being able to rap in God's language. You know how many Christians would pass out to do that? Well, nigga, we doing it here right here in the ISUPK.
Right.
Rapping and rhyming in the Lord's goddamn language. You know how many panties would get thrown at the pastor if he taught a person how to goddamn rap in God's language? Somebody else's wife is going to leave and go date the pastor. They're doing that now, and he ain't giving them half that. You teach them how to speak God's language. Them old women is going to faint in there, for real, not fake fainting, or real fainting, and they really going to have sex with pastor and think he is a God for teaching them God's language. And we doing it right here, but we the niggas on the goddamn corner that's crazy. They look at us like we talking about goddamn crazy, wild sex orgies and child sex trafficking or something. Like we just talking about something totally insane. And we speaking the Lord's language.
Right.
That's a pastor get up there and said, I got God's language out the Bible. Yahawah. Right. So like Yahawah. What's Psalms? Deuteronomy 6 and 4. So like I always mix those two up because they start the same. Oh Lord, our God is one Lord. Oh, Yahawah. Yahawah. Shalom Yasha'Allah. Yahawah. That's Deuteronomy 6 and 4. Imagine he said that, Deuteronomy 6 and 4. Shalom Yasha'Allah. Yahawah. And went up there and taught the Lord's language. Panties everywhere. You be ducking damn old women panties, man. On a cold picture. Ducking old women panties because you teaching them the Lord's language. Meanwhile, I bother y'all. You just the street nigga from North Philly. You just the street nigga from wherever. Word. We just one West street niggas. Word. And that is good for nothing and supposed to get 5 weeks. We don't even have a job to people out there. Yeah, teach and speak. Right, God's language. I know they ain't nothing new. Y'all heard it before if y'all in the UK. Go get a job. Right. Come on, man. This is the character Bob, alright? The Wada. Wait, you got more. Read more.
And the rest of the books. Having no small difference when they are spoken in their own tongue.
It ain't a small difference when we speak Hebrew. It's a gigantic effing difference, man. Right. Between English and goddamn Hebrew, between Spanish and Hebrew, French and Russian and all that garbage, and Hebrew, which is God's language, man. It is a major difference. And yet, they look at us like we have nothing to offer, like we're nobodies. But we can teach you the Lord's language. Right. Come on now. The water I bought, get like by the hand. Let's get into the lesson. I'll get a little bit more soda. Let's get into the lesson. All right. So these are the ending characters. These characters go at the end of the word. All right. Can you write that up there for me? These characters right here that we're about to go into, they go at the end of a root word, okay? So, what I mean is these characters, they actually are words in Hebrew. Each character has a number meaning, and some of the characters have word meanings. All right, not all of them, but some of them. Some of them by themselves have a word meaning. So now, with that being said, we're going to go to the characters we did 2 weeks ago. I had a couple last week, I was out. So 2 weeks ago, we did the ones that go at the beginning. Now we're going to do the ones that go at the end. All right? So now, let's get it. These are the ending characters. So the first character we're doing is Wa. All right? First character is Wa. Why? Why means his when it's at the end of a root word. Character why means his. So you had Bayah, right? Bayah is house. So we'll put Bayah, right? This means house. If I put wa at the end of it, Bayathwa is now his house. It now becomes his house. Not sure if y'all can see that. My head is looking a little jammed up. Try to make it a little better. It's now his house because we put the wa at the end. So you got Bayath wa. Bayath is house. Bayath wa is his house because the wa means his in Hebrew. All right. And I'll give you another example. For instance, say you give me another one. Gamal, camel, right? The Arabs, they ride around on gamals. Or gamalium in Hebrew, right? On camels. So Gamal is camel. And that's how you spell it. Gamal wa is his camel. Gamal wa. Now let me I'll put the pronunciation up on the board as well, just so you can have it. Gamal wa. It's camel. It's his camel. That's what it means. His camel. You in this class tonight, you learning the Lord's language, man. You learning the characters that he gave to Adam, that he put the spirit on Adam to use as a language. Gamal is his camel. We go to church. The Muslim laws cannot teach you this. Right. Allah ain't even got that word. Right. That's a damn shame. You know how many people run around here claiming a fake religion? Right. All religions are fake. Right. The truth is not a religion. It's our culture. They would classify it as our religion, but it's not a religion. Right. Religion is goddamn fake. People running around armed up, looking like ninjas and crazy kufis on their head, and Allah is not even real. Right. I mean, you tell them like, yo, man, that's not real, bro. Oh, nigga, something they ain't got to rumble everybody. It's crazy. But Allah ain't even real. You can't get this from the Muslim mosque. Christianity is garbage. It ain't even real. Right. It's a goddamn white lie. It is Roman Catholic dogma and all the damn what's that? Greco-Roman gods mythology. The Greco-Roman mythology mixed in with, I can't even say mixed in. It's like the Greco-Roman mythology, but they're using the Bible to back it up, to back up the Roman mythology. And they just changing the names to the names of the people in the Bible. Come on, man. You ain't gonna learn this in the goddamn church. What we teach is the Bible. Right. So now you got that. So why at the end of the root word, it means his. If the Y was right here, if it was a Y at the beginning of the root word, right, and no Y at the end, what would that be? Let's see if y'all remember. If it was a Y at the beginning of a root word, what does this mean? Go ahead. And. It would be and camel. Right? And camel. Might have a goat and a camel. All right? If you can erase the board I bought, you can start on the next one. All right? So why, when it falls at the end of a root word, it means his. Nagayak. Nagayak. Let me tell you what Nagayak means. First off, let me make sure I said it right. Oh, it's Ganayak. I said Nagayak. It's Ganayak. No, damn, I'm all the way over. It's Thaya Nawak. It's Thaya Nawak. Somebody tell me with Thaya Nawak is. I want to give it away. Nakar. You know, Officer Nakar now has a Thaya Nawak. Go ahead, True. Yeah, you ran. A baby. In my hand. Thaya Nawak is a baby. Thaya Nawak it's his baby.
Right.
Thaya Nawak, okay. More than likely, it would probably be Yah. It would be a Yah to connect it. It would probably be Thaya Nawak, you walk. Or Thaya Nawak, or Thaya Nawak, you cut. Probably be a Yah there to separate it, to show that it's his baby. So it would be Thaya Nawak, you walk. And in this case, it would be Thaya Nawak, you cut. Meaning, I wait for the trooper to get finished. It means your baby. If I said Thaya Nawak, that is your baby. Thaya Nawak, it's your baby, right? So we're going to use baby as an example. It's a nice lengthy word in Hebrew. Tha, Ya, Na, Wa, right? Thaya Nawak is baby. Thaya Nawak is baby. Gotta forget my handwriting. Thaya Nawak. Also, I'll do a real quick one. And ain't that something real quick. No, I'm from the hood. God damn it. I'll put the Yah on it, right? The Yah, this is just a connector. We're gonna go into that when we get into the Yah. The Yah in this case doesn't have a meaning. It's just used as the connector to connect. Let me fix this up. To connect the preposition to the noun, or whatever, the preposition to the verb or the noun, right? But it's just a connector. Thaya Nawak, Yakub. Right? So this one is just a connector. You ain't really got to worry about that. It don't have a meaning, it's just a connector. And this would be your baby. So it would be your baby. So Thaya Nawak, Yakub. Your baby. Alright? First it was his baby. Thaya Nawak, Yakub. It will be his baby. So let me put down the pronunciation. Y'all know how to say it. Ba, Ya, Na, Wa, Ya. Then the last one, Ka. I'm about to put Wa. Last one is Ka. Thaya Nawak, Yakub. Thaya Nawak, Yakub. Means your baby. Alright? Your baby. It's no longer his baby, now it's your baby. Okay? La'a, Thaya Nawak, Yakub. A ball, Thaya Nawak, Yakub. Somebody tell me. I'm about to say somebody tell me what I just said, but you may not know what I just said. Because we haven't taught it yet. I said, Thaya Nawak. I said, La'a, Thaya Nawak, Yakub. Thaya Nawak, Yakub means what? This is Thaya Nawak, Yakub, which means your. Thaya Nawak, Yakub, which we just did, is what? Go ahead.
Say my baby.
No, we just did. Thayin wap your wap. You just wrote it down. What is the Y at the end of the word? No, that's the beginning. You just wrote it down, didn't you? It's his baby. So I said, La Thayin wap your wap. What I say? What is La? Yeah, La. No, or not.
Right.
So I said, La Thayin wap your wap.
It's not his baby.
Damn, give my hand. Not his baby, boy. Goddamn. Leave him alone. The man go on free. So I said, Thayin wap your wap. I said, not his baby. Then I said, a ball, which means but. It's not his baby, but Thayin wap your cup. Which means what?
Your baby.
So Thayin wap your cup, a ball Thayin, it's like Thayin wap your wap, a ball Thayin wap your cup. I just said, what? Go ahead.
It is not his baby, but it is your baby.
It's not his baby, but it's your baby. Give him a hand. I know y'all see that Facebook post that pastor impregnating that brother's woman, that brother's wife. That's the problem with the Christian church.
Right.
Take goddamn women out that goddamn church. And they're getting danced around and singing and jiggy and happy for some other penis. How's that going to go? She had to go with another man's penis. Oh, hey, for somebody else's penis. Dancing and feeling happy and grooving for another man's penis. So then when that penis get erect, and she already hyped, nice and wet, she can dance all day feeling it, he gave her up. Well, let me tell you what happened. Thayin wap your wap. It's not your baby. A ball, Thayin wap your cup, but it's his baby. All that dancing and jigging and breakdancing they doing in that goddamn Christian church, brother. It's your baby. It's La'ah, wait, matter of fact. La'ah Thayin wap your cup. It ain't your baby.
Word.
A ball Thayin wap your wap. It's his baby. That baby is now pastor's, man. Because that's all they doing in that church, man, is sleeping around, being whores, being homos, getting high, and thinking God love you while they do it. Thinking God love you while you a whore and a homo. Let me ask y'all something. Since when did God love whores? This is when did he love liars and prostitutes? This is when did he love homosexuals? According to your pastor, God loved all types. If God loved a man on his knees giving a blowjob, then God don't love me for robbing that nigga who was on his knees. I think I could rob him all day and get away with it. Shouldn't I be able to?
Right.
It ain't that bad. I just took his money. Shit, that's warfare. I ain't really sinning. Shit. Robbing ain't a sin. I didn't steal it from him. I took it in warfare. So I ain't even sinning. So God got to love me. I'll smack his gay ass over. Well, I'm not telling nobody to do that.
Good.
I'm not saying you. Alright, it's a joke. I'm just being sarcastic, right? We ain't saying go rob anybody.
Right.
But we use that, I'm using that as a metaphor to say, if God loves the gay person, LBTDEFG, then he got to love the robber. I mean, damn, they ain't even a damn sin. So, with that being said, the Christian church is a liar.
Right.
Which is why they cannot teach you God's language. They're too busy teaching lies, man. They wouldn't know where to start. And the Lord has not even put the Spirit on them for them to understand his language. That's why I give you the scripture that say he took it for the wise and took it from the wise and prudent and gave it to the babes. Coca-Cola keeping me up, right? There's about 1,000 milligrams of sugar in this thing. Gotta be. But anyway, like I said, your pastor can't break this down. He has no clue where to start. He don't know what the hell I'm talking about. And he is your pastor. And he don't know what the hell I'm talking about. The nigga that they say we need a job when we out there speaking. We need to go get a job. But your pastor don't know this. All the years he's been teaching, Your E-man has no clue. Your E-man is busy learning Arabic. Learning the goddamn Arab's language. That's what your E-man is doing. Your E-man is learning the Arab's language and walking around here with a red beard. Meanwhile, he's an Israelite and should be learning his own language. You got it?
Matthew 11 and 25.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 11 and verse 25. At that time, Yahushua answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth.
Wait. Rakatha Yahweh. Why Yahushua? Abba Al-Ratazah. Alright? Father over the heaven and earth. He said, of the heaven and earth or over.
Of heaven and earth.
Abba Al-Ratazah. Right? Abba Ha-Ratazah. The earth, right? Salaki and heaven, right? Salaki.
Come on.
Abba Al-Shemayim Wa-Ratazah. Over heaven and over earth. Alright? Even though he's saying of, I just use it that way. Now, ask your pastor to speak. Ask your pastor the hell I just said.
Right.
Rakatha Yahweh wa Yahweh Shah. So like this is Yahweh Shah speaking this. So he's saying, Rakatha Yahweh Abba Al Shemayim Wa Ratazah. Now, ask your pastor with the F, the Negro who needs a job, just said. Just ask him. Ask him what about with Yediah just read, just said. Anybody know what I just said? Read it again.
Come on. At that time, Yahushua answered and said,
This is what I just said. I said what Christ just said. Read.
I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth.
Wait a minute. Ayan, Salakia. Anya, the water, Salakia. I think thee, which is you. The water, Yaka. So Anya, the water, Yaka. Read it again, Salakia. Did he say the Lord's name or did he say Father of heaven and earth?
O Father, Lord of heaven and earth.
The what? Read it again. I'll say it word for word. Now ask your pastor to do this. Hold on. Grab this form. Your pastor's about to get cut. We're about to translate this verse right here, this couple words, into Hebrew. Wait.
Come on. Yahushua answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth.
This is what he said. He said, I thank thee, I thank you, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth. This is what Christ said. He said, Anya, the water Yaka, Abba, Adawan, or Yahweh, Al, Shemayim, Wa Ratazah. I'm saying Al, like I'll meaning over. And using that to say of heaven and earth, but over heaven and earth. So I'm changing one word. I won't even change the words. This is what Christ literally just said. He said, the water, said Anya, the water Yaka, Abba, Yahweh, Shemayim, Ha-Ratazah. That's exactly what the hell he just said. Anya is I, the water Yaka is thank you. Abba is Father, Yahweh is the Lord. Shemayim Ha-Ratazah is heaven and earth. There's no need to say of. The only reason I said I is to make it so that I'm saying over or of the heaven and earth because the Lord is over the heaven and earth. I just use that as replacement. So I took out the replacement so nobody can say anything. And that's what he said. Because the Hebrew language is slang. I didn't even have to say of because in Hebrew you ain't got to say of all day.
Right.
It's already assumed. Thank you, Greg. Now, ask your pastor, what scripture was that, brother?
Matthew chapter 11, verse 25, sir.
Ask your pastor to break it down. Matthew 11 and 25. Ask him to say it in Hebrew. You know what he's going to do? Shalom. He might hit you with it. What does that have to do with salvation?
Right.
Right. Can you tell me this in Hebrew, pastor? Now, what does that have to do with salvation, Sister Elizabeth? God damn. You play the hell out of you, man.
Right.
Brother Johnny, what does that got to do with salvation? Damn.
Right.
What about my salvation? I just want to know you the pastor, and I'm just asking.
Right.
These pastors, they teach lies. Man. They can't break down to you the Lord's language, all right?
Right.
So that's kind of, you can erase the board. Let's get to the next one. On the Indians. Oh, can I get Zephaniah 3 and 9?
Come. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3 and verse 9. For then will I turn to the people a pure language.
The Lord said, for then will I turn to the people a pure language. The then is now. The then started back in 1969. That's when the Lord decided to turn to the people a new language.
Right.
It really ain't even a new language. It's our old language, but it's goddamn new to us. When you've been in America speaking English for goddamn 300 years, was in Africa speaking goddamn Hebrew and communicating with them stinking Hamites for 1,500 years, it's about new to us.
Right.
I think 300 years is enough. 300 years from now, goddamn, it will be a new language.
Right.
Niggas do 10 years and feel like they did while they doing the damn 10 years. Feel like they did to the outside. You do 20 years, brother. Listen, 40 years. You do 40 years in prison, brother. You're going to feel like everybody you ever knew died. And they might be. They're married. So imagine 300 years. That language is brand new to us. And we speaking it and learning it like we babies, all right? So the next character is Ha. And when the Ha falls at, now when the character Ha falls at the end of a root word. First of all, what is Ha at the beginning of a root word? I'll take a stab at it. What is Ha at the beginning of a root word? I said Ha Aratazah. Go ahead. The earth, right? Ha. Aratazah is earth. Now, this Ha fell at the end of a root word would mean her. All right, her or she. You actually do that. And for the other one, for Y, it was him/his. So y'all can put him down too, because him and his is the same thing. You'll see it there when you see the word says him, gave it to him, or the house belongs to him. It'll be a Y. It's like it's his house. The car was his. The car belonged to him. It'll still be a Y. If they say this is her children, right? It'll be a Ha at the end of it. Or they say she gave birth to those kids. It'll be a Ha at the end of whatever they were saying. Now there is a word for she, a separate word, which is Haya'ah. Alright? Haya'ah is a separate word for she. Okay? So now I'll give you an example, right? Let's say son. Right? Son is bond. This word means son. It's bond in Hebrew, right? If I wanted to say that is her son, I would say it would be Ba-na. It would be Ba-na. Ba and then the na. Because you would pronounce the na with the ha at the end to express what you're saying. To emphasize on a ha is Ba-na. Her son. Right? Now I go from son to her son. But now, give me another. If I said, I'll use the word said. Perfect example. So this is her son. Her son is Banah. You're expressing the ha at the end. Also in the Bible, when the Lord speaks, whenever the Lord speaks and he speaks about us, it's the same way that when we speak and we speak about the earth. Whatever the Lord speaks and he speaks about something, it's always going to have a I at the end. Because I is feminine, and as you know, you have masculine, and then what's lesser than the masculine? It's feminine.
Right.
You got the feminine. Let me explain this, right? This is another thing your pastor won't tell you. Your pastor will not tell you that men and women are not equal, man. Their whole church is filled with women. If they tell the woman, yo, you ain't equal to me, them women is going to leave. They will never come back after that service. Only the ones that's going to come back is going to be the ones that want to have sex with. That's it. If he's taught that women are not equal to men, you know what they teach in the church? Women, thou art loosed. Meaning you free from that nigga you had that was trying to show you that y'all wasn't equal. He trying to love you and be with you and run the house and make a family with you. You can't accept that because we was brought up so badly in America. You hated your father, hate your uncles, hate your brothers, because they telling you to close your damn legs and shut up.
Right.
That's a lot, kid. That's how I be. Now, brothers, we brought up bad too. We smacking women and beating on them and all types of craziness and giving them diseases and just crazy things that brothers is doing. But, which shows that we both was brought up bad. But if your pastor was to teach the truth, according to the Bible, we would have to tell the woman to stay in her goddamn place. That you are not equal to a man. You can't beat a man.
Right.
You ain't gonna go out there and technically you can save a man's life from how you are. But fighting wise, you ain't gonna go out there and save that brother, man. You ain't gonna go breaking jaws to save him. I know the movies look good, but that life ain't a damn movie. In the movies, everybody fall in love and your family get along with your man and it's all good. That ain't reality. Reality, none of them niggas like your man. Your man don't like none of them niggas, and that's just it.
Right.
Y'all have kids, your husband barely come to the barbecue. That's that. I mean, that's it. His side of the family want to F up your wife. I mean, it's just not his life. It ain't exactly the way it's supposed to be in the movies. So with that being said, stop trying to live this damn thing like it's a goddamn movie, because it's not.
Right.
The woman and the man ain't equal, man. And I hate to say it, it's just so true. So now, your pastor, if he was to teach you Hebrew, the Hebrew language is the same way. The Lord speaks in masculine. He's the Lord. But when he referred to us being lesser than him, being not equal to him, being nobody to him, or when he speaks about the land or the race, the earth, anything, the Lord speaks to us, because you'll see this in the Bible. You'll see that when the Lord is speaking about something, it's always in feminine. And that used to F me up for a while. I'm like, how the hell is everything in feminine? And then I got it, like, oh, it's the Lord speaking. But with us, when we talk about the land, like the actual land, it's in feminine. When I went to the land of this, the land of that, is in feminine. Like it's not an equal to, we have dominion over the earth.
Right.
So we speak about it in a lesser form. It's feminine. It's not equal to us. Just like when we speak to our women, we speak to them in feminine. But if there's one man there, we speaking straight masculine. There could be a million women. You have one brother standing there, you're gonna be speaking in masculine, but speaking to the women. Now, it just depends. If the brother is not in that conversation, or the brother's just standing there, you're gonna speak to the women in feminine. If he's speaking strictly just to the women. But if he's speaking in general, we're going to speak in masculine, no matter how many women is there. All right? So Hebrew is the same way. So if your pastor was to teach you this, he would have to teach you that in Hebrew, the language is masculine. So there's a different way that you speak in feminine. So if you was to say her son, it would be, if you was to say son, it would be ban. If you wanted to say her son, it would be banah, right? If I was to say the word said, the word say or said is amar. Amar is the word say or say. I'll put it down here, say. / said. If you wanted to say, let me put the pronunciation. Give me 1 second. Amor. If you wanted to say she said, it would then be changed to Amara. Amara. Put a dash here. R-A-H. And that means now she said. That means she said. It's no longer just said or say. She said this thing. It's the same thing. It's a ha at the end. It's like with the Y, him belongs to him. This is his. It's still going to be a Y at the end of it. So she said, I'm Amara. And this is how you would speak to your woman. If you was at home talking to your woman, you would speak to her in feminine because she's a woman. You would speak down to her, so to speak.
Right.
Not down to like down on her. How people say, "Oh, you're talking down on me and down bad about me," but you're speaking down to her, basically. Speaking in the lesser form of the Hebrew because she's feminine. She's not a man. And listen, let me tell the sister something. That's a great thing. To be a woman is a great thing. Women and men have two different aspects of great.
Right.
A man has a certain greatness. A woman has a certain greatness. A man's greatness is in his masculinity.
Right.
It ain't in him getting a pedicure and manicure and walking and being feminine and a man person. That's not what makes him great. What makes him great is his big old muscles, goddamn walk strong. Some women look at butts, you gotta have a nice butt. I don't know what the hell. The way he rescues, the way he's disciplined and can teach, and I mean, there's certain things about a man, his discipline, what he knows, and I mean, and how he can protect you.
Right.
That's the man's greatness. How he can protect you, and you know all the good features. You want to bring out something?
If I could, sir, it just hit me. You bring out it so heavy. The example of what you just said on how men are supposed to be, masculine and women are supposed to be feminine. The opposite of that, and be looking at Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union.
Yeah, that is that given man. And look at their son.
Right.
Look at how when the role is reversed. Look at Gabrielle Union. She running that goddamn thing.
Right.
Well, actually, Dwayne Wade is sort of running it on the fact that his son is a homo. Because I heard Gabrielle Union didn't like him. Go ahead.
Oh no, his Gabrielle's not the mother of that son.
Oh, she's his mother.
She's the one who took him to his first Pride rally 2 years ago.
Damn. So Dwayne Wade, now look at the roles reversed. Dwayne Wade probably can't really do too much. Because, all eyes is on him. So he feel like, I got to support this if I want to keep my money. So when you a weak man, when you a man that's not using his greatness is his masculinity, you say, F this money, my son ain't going to be a factor. I mean, yeah.
Right.
Right? That's his greatness. But when you ain't using your masculinity, you get weak. And then your son's standing like this and all types of little ways and voguing and all that craziness and belly button shirts and all that.
Good night.
And gay pride at 12 years old. That just shows you how when a man don't use his greatness, how his house can fall easily.
Right.
Now, what's the greatness of a woman? So, anybody know? Any sisters that know the greatness of a woman? Any brothers? Go ahead.
Her femininity.
Her femininity. A man greatness is his masculinity. How you the boss. A woman greatness is her femininity. How she submit. Say, you, but she don't battle. She don't fight you. She just submit. She do whatever the F you tell her to do. That's her very greatness, man. How she nurture her children. How she carry herself. The way she talk. She over there talking, yeah, what's up? Like, bitch, it's like, you ain't no man. She cussing you out back, and then you slap the hell out of her because you don't know no goddamn better. You raised out in the world for the brothers is out in the world. Of course, in UPK, we don't do that. Then what? The man is good for his masculinity. He was being himself. What the hell was she doing? Bossing up to the man, well, he treated her like a man. He treated her as if she was masculine. She was using masculinity, right? Well, he knocked her damn teeth out. She was being masculine. He couldn't tell the difference. He knocked her the fuck out. Of course, we shouldn't do that once again. But that's what's happening.
Right.
A woman greatness is her femininity. A man greatness is his masculinity. If your man is, yes, baby, what do you need me to do, baby? All day long, she ain't gonna want to be with him, man. She ain't gonna want that type of man. Type of man, somebody roll up on him, say, come here and start talking trash to his wife, and he's just standing there like, well, why did you do that? She ain't trying to hear that. That relationship is not gonna last long. You have to do what you gotta do with that situation and go home and check that, bro. All right? So back to the breakdown. I'm just trying to get y'all to understand the difference between masculine and feminine and how they have roles in the Hebrew language, right? The Hebrew language is a masculine language, which is why we switch it to feminine for a woman. All right? Meaning it's different, it's a way you speak, certain things that you add, certain characters you add to the end to make it feminine. All right? So you can erase the board. Let's get to the next one. Go ahead.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Is the ha always connected when it's a thing?
Okay. The reason why it's said, it's pronounced this way. Like Amara. Like Amara. Like Amara. It's the same way. You can say the ha at the end. Like you can pronounce it by itself, but it's with the expression, it's still gonna be the same way. It's still gonna sound like you're saying Amara. Amara. Like different names. Shakaya.
Right.
Amara is still not the ha at the end, but it's how it's said. So Amara or Amara is still the same way with the emphasis on it. So the ha, this depends on how you want to do it.
Right.
But it seems to be Amara or Amara. Amara, Amara, it's the same way. This depends. But to be honest, I would probably ask General Q. I know he know a lot better, but I know we usually pronounce it together, like Ra, or with the ha in it to emphasize the ha. But let me ask General Q. It may be a specific reason. All right, that's a good question. Let me just ask General Q real quick and see what he say about it. But I know we usually do it that way. But I seen it done both ways. That's why for me personally, I believe that it really is not a big deal. But let me ask General Q to make sure that anybody just going off and doing the wrong thing. But I have seen it used both ways. Yeah, you can go ahead and erase that one. Let's get to the next one. Tawab, you good to go? You good? So let's get to the next character. The next character that the brothers put up on the board is Yah, which we're about to get into. All right. What else? Like I was saying before, the masculine and the feminine involved in the language. When the Lord speaks, like speaking to us, you'll see it in the feminine because he's speaking to someone that's not equal to him. He also used that when he speaks about the land. The Lord said this about the land of Egypt or concerning this land. You'll see that he speaks in the feminine because that's not equal to him. We do that also when we speak about the land or a city. It's not equal to us because it's the land and we have dominion over it. So we do the same thing, all right? Now, the next character is Yah. Yah at the beginning of a root word is he. But Yah at the end, when it falls at the end of a root word, is Ma. So we're going to get, first I'm going to do this, right? Let me just get this one out the way real quick. Also, Yah, now this is not Yah when it falls at the end of a root. This is Yah when it falls at the end of a root word. But Yah is also, let me just separate this real quick. Yah is also something separate. It's also a connector, which we went over before. I was going to reiterate on it. The character Yah, it's a connector. All right, I put C-O-N in for short. It's a connector. It connects the preposition to the word. All right. So this word connects the preposition. This word connects the preposition to whatever word. Alright, so I'll put that on the board. Connects the preposition to the word. This Yah right here. Alright, so let's fix this up at here. So you may see, like I was saying, you might see this, Alahayakam, right? That's an example. Let's see, I gotta do it down here a little smaller. All right, this is what I'm gonna do, right? I'm gonna erase this real quick. True. I should have kept this Yah up there. Let me see if I can trace back over. If I can still see it. Like you had it was perfect. Keep the Yah up there. This is the Yah. Now, the Yah connects the preposition to a word. I'll rewrite all of that on the board so you can get it. This is the character Yah. Connects a preposition to the word, right? So that's what the Yah does. I know that was kind of sloppy and sideways. It connects the preposition to a word. Here's the example. The example is Alahayakam, right? Come. We're going to do come next, right? Come is your masculine plural. So this is masculine plural for your, right? Well, we're going to get into that next after we get the Yah. So this Yah right here, so Allah or Allah, it's the power or God. Man, I jammed that up. I got to put the E. Put the E on it. And power / God, right? So this is power. This right here is just the connector. It's Yah. That's just the connector. Don't have a word meaning when it's used as a connector. It's just connecting the your to the power. Or the your to God. That's all it does. All it does is takes that and connects it to this. Connects your to God. So it's saying Alahayakam is your God. It takes the your, connects it to God. So it's saying, or it connects it to the power. That's all it is. It's just a connector. And in this use of the word Yah or the character Yah, it's just a connector. So Alahayakam means your God or your power.
Right.
Alahayanawa is our power.
Right.
Salaki. Alahaya is just like you got the word Alahaya, it still means the power of the Most High.
Right.
So Salaki, Alahayakam. And this word is not actually the connector. That's actually a word. Alahaya is another way to say power too. Is another way to say the Most High. Alahaya, right? It's like that Alahaya. Alahaya, Alahayam, your God, your power, right? But the Yah, we can use it to say, so that would, I can't actually use that example because that's actually a part of the word. Alahaya is the word God. It's another form, right? So it's not that word, but I can use it for this right here. I can use it, let me see, Abba, boom. I want to say Abba Yanawa. No, no, not Abba. So it's all damn in my head. What's the word I'm looking for? Oh man, we always use it. What's the one that we use? Dang. It just slipped my mind that quick. That quick, it just slipped my mind. All right, but it's another word that we always use and it has the Yah in it as a connector. Boom, boom. What's Kabawaf Yinna? Remember, we got Kabawaf now in the Lord's Prayer. Then we got Kabawaf Yinna. So I'm gonna use this example, right? Kawab is dead. Kawab is dead. We owe a debt to the Lord. Kawab, shalom, y'all. Kawab is dead. Right? Kawab is debt. It's plural. So, wa is the plural form of kawabwa, meaning debts. This is feminine. This is the feminine plural. It's feminine plural for the use for the same reason I was just explaining to you. It's a debt that's owed. Meaning it's lesser. We got dominion over everything. We talk about a debt. It's still the same thing. You would add the Y onto it. Y is another one that we can go over. Is another feminine plural. All right. But it's just in general. It's feminine, but it's plural in general. All right. So debts. Kawa. So debts. Remember the prayer is forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors.
Right.
So now, remember, we already said debts. We said kabwa, we put our on it. Is forgive our debts. Kabwa now. Now at the end, which is another one we're going into. Now is our, right? You write that down for me. Put wa and put now on there too, so I can remember to go into them. Our is another one. Is another ending, which is now, means our, right? Our is our, we, or us. It's the same thing. It's our house. The house belongs to us. We live here. It's our house. The house belongs to us. We bought this house. It's the same thing. Our Father. What is this car belongs to us. We bought this car. This is our car. It's the same thing, right? So we got kawabwa, which is debts, right? And then we got the nawa saying our debts. Because in the prayer we say, forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Now, how do we say debtor? How do we say our debtors when our debts is the same thing? Remember, this is our debt. Kawawav. Now, how do we say our debtors? Like our debtors. Because the now is already here, but they're meaning there's a difference. This is actually our debt. This debt belongs to us. The debt we're speaking about is the debt that belongs to someone else. They just owe us. They owe us, but it's their debt.
Right.
So how would we say that? We would have to say Ka. Well, let me get this straight and do it correctly so we don't be all sloppy. We would have to say Ka Wab. So I get Ka Wab, which is debt. It's the same thing. It's debt. Ka Wab Wab. We know that that means debts. Ya. Now, is Ya is connecting what? It's connecting our to who? It's connecting our, should I put our? I was going to put now. It's Kabawaf Ya Nawa is now our. So this is the connector. And now our debtors, meaning debtors, that people that owe us. Kawawaf Ya Nawa. Meaning multiple people who owe us a debt. Not in the sense of how many debts that we have, but how many people owe us a debt. How many people are in debt to us, is what we're saying. These are the people that are in debt to us. This is the debts that we owe. That's the difference. Why? Because we're saying these debts or these debtors.
Right.
Now remember in Hebrew, Kamawaf could be debt or Kamawaf could be debtors because it's multiple debt. We saying, instead of saying this is our multiple debts that we owe, we're saying this is people that owe multiple debts. It's still the same, it's still multiple debts. One is the sense of our debt that we owe, how many debts we owe. The other one is the sense of how many niggas owe us a debt.
Right.
So that's what we're saying. So this Yah right here now makes it our debtors. You got Kawawaf Nawa, meaning our debts. Kawawaf Yanawa is our debtors. Which is how you know that these words are in Hebrew. It's like a slang. We got two different meanings. Even though it's the same word, just like hot, got 5 different meanings. That's hot. It's hot. You know what I mean? And that was hot.
Right.
Like don't touch that, that's hot.
Right.
I can say, damn, it's hot. I'm still saying hot like the temperature.
Right.
I said, damn, that was hot.
Right.
Meaning that was very good. If this was considered a flame, this would be a high temperature flame.
Right.
And if that drawing, that breakdown was considered a flame, it would be a high. That hoodie, that meat tree was considered a flame, it would be a high temperature flame.
Right.
That's the metaphor to say that was really good. That poetry, if that poetry was a fire, that fire would be very hot. I wouldn't touch it. Or can't nobody touch that. That's Hebrew. So you got debtor and then you got debtors, right? But this Yah is connecting the our, meaning the our debtors. This right here is just our debt. This is our debtors. So that's a small breakdown on how the Yah is used as a connector as well. And it's not going to go directly on the end of a word. Okay, it's going to go on the end of the root word, and then the actual preposition will follow, just like I said, kawawaf. Kawaf is the root word. The waf is attached to it to make it plural. The Yah is attached to that, to the actual word. Now, this is a word, debtor or debt. This is all one word. This is connected to the word, and it connects the preposition like nawa, like our. Or, I can say your debt.
So,
Go ahead.
so there's an hour at the end.
Right, the nawa is at the end.
So hour.
That's our, right.
Okay.
So the nawa at the end, but this Yah is going to go in between the word and the preposition. So this is the word right here. And on this side of the, this is the connector. And then here's your preposition. All right? And that's how it's going to be in Hebrew. You'll have the Yah in between the word and the preposition, because the Yah connects a word, connects a preposition to the word. It's connecting this right here, connecting that right there to this right here. So our Hebrew is right to the left. So it's actually connecting this right here to this. This connector. It's connector right here. It's connecting this, the word, to the preposition. All right. I wanted to break down the Yah so you can have that. The Yah is a connector because it's still a connector, but it's used in a different way. This is not exactly an ending connector, though it does come at the end of a word, but it's also not at the end of the entire word. Now, if it was no, now let me use the same thing, right? Y'all, I don't know if y'all had it or not. You have it on the tape. If it was ka, wa, wa, now I'm going into the, now I'm going to erase all of this. And I wrote. All right, now I'm going into the Yah as an ending connector, and not as a like a preposition connector, right? So Yah, let me put it back up here how Trooper had it. Boom. So this is the character Yah. It means my. That's what it means. It means my. So now let's use the same word, ka wa wa, right? Which is ka wa, which is debts or debtors, right? So this is debt. It can either be debts or it can be debtors, right? If it was a Yah at the end of the word without anything else connected to it, it would be my debts, or it would be my debtors. So it would be my debts or my debtors. Either or. This can be debt, as you see right here, it can be debt, or it can be debtors. People that owe you debt. And it's plural. I mean, Salaki. And this right here is plural, but the my is singular, saying my debtors. Meaning these people owe me debt. They was to say, say you grow up in the kingdom of heaven, right? We ain't even gonna use the kingdom of heaven. Right now, if somebody was to see Christ and somebody, say a heathen would say, how can I use it to give you this example, right? Christ would say, okay, a heathen would say to Christ, hey man, why do all these people gotta follow your footsteps? Why do they pray in your name? And why do they reverence you so much? Yahweh Shah Mashiach. And he would say, Kabawafia. There might be a Zod there to say these, or this or these, but we'll just use this word for right now. Because that would be a separate word, but it would be in this phrase. But we just gonna stick with this. So he would say, Kabawafia. They would say, Christ, why all these people show you so much respect and honor and glory? And he would say, Kabawafia. Meaning these are my debtors, man. That's why they reverence me so much. I died for these brothers and sisters. They owe me a debt. They owe the Lord a debt, but it's involving me. They my debtors. I died to pay the debt of these people. Now they owe their debt to me. They no longer owe it to the Lord. They messed up. Now they owe it to me, in a sense. Of course, we still debtors to the Most High, but now, since Christ paid the debt, now you owe Christ to at least do the goddamn right thing. You owe it to yourself and the Lord. On behalf of this man who paid your debt to at least do the right thing. So Christ would say that. All right. So now, Yah is mine. I'll give you another example. Bayah. You know, Bayah means house. If I see you standing outside of a crib, right? I say, damn, what's going on? Bayah, why you standing, right here? You'll say, Bayah, Zah, Bayah. Damn. Gotta get this Hebrew down, all right? My pronunciation ain't that good. Bayah, Zah, right? Bayah, meaning this is my house.
Right.
So he would say Bayah, so that's why I can't get this. That was the wrong thing to say. No wonder why it ain't flow. Bayah, Zah is this house. Bayah, Yazah, right? It's my house. You say Bayah, Yazah. I'm standing right here because Bayah, Yazah, meaning this is my house. Right? You got a child, you would say, Yaladim Yah. These are my children. Or Ban Yah. My children, right? Or my sons, my children. Different ways you can say it. So now let's move on. Let's get the next one. Let's get the rest of them. Can I get a time check?
Kind of time secretary, 8:35.
All right, we're pretty good. Where we at now, Bob? How far we got on this? Going right there. We still got a couple more hours. Let's see if we can get them done. What's on Christ? The what? We got Yana Kwan in the building. I remember Yana Kwan was teaching me all the goddamn Hebrew, man. I first came through here. I remember he would ask me every week. So he would say something to me in Hebrew, and I had to answer. And they would always catch me off guard. But I got better in time, but I was never prepared for that. I would have to think of it. Look, iron sharpeneth iron. Keep you right on your toes, man. Be like, damn, something. I be had to stand there thinking about it too, like. But then I would say it, and then we would go back and forth on how to, on the different forms that we can say it, on the different ways of slang you can say the same word. That's why I love Hebrew, man. Yup. No, okay. That's all you got to do right here. Yeah, you got to put those up. Yeah. I see what you're doing. Wow, I see what you're doing. Yeah, man. Like, and listen, y'all, listen, right? Man, iron sharpeneth iron. Get out there, get a partner, man. Practice on the Hebrew. Practice on your, if you're a Hebrew Academy graduate, your Yad Korah. Man, all of it. Just practice on it. It'll make perfect, like they say. Before you know, you be speaking that Hebrew back and forth. And you can just, you can just talk and talk, and nobody would know. Can you imagine how good that's going to feel? Speaking a language. Imagine if you was around the Chinese, the Japanese, the East Indian, the Arab, or African, and a white man, and an Aborigine, all at the same time. And you standing there speaking your language, and nobody in the earth knows what the hell you are saying. Right. Nobody in the earth can break this down but us. Right. The heathens don't know. They be like, what the fuck are they talking? They would have to say it. Like, what they be looking at each other like, what are they saying? Right. Nobody know our language. You could go learn French. You go learn French. You go learn Chinese. We gonna learn this. The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Our language is holy. It's separate, ain't it? Get a little hand for that. God damn. That's separate. You can go learn Aborigine, you can go learn Chinese, Japanese. You already know English. Who's gonna come learn real Hebrew? Right. Who's gonna learn the Hebrew language? Everybody on the earth will be like, well, damn. I don't know what the hell the niggas just said. Go ahead.
So if I could, it's like, I don't want to cut you off, but I want to say, big up to
It's an honor, man. It's an honor. Brianna Quan, go ahead.
I want to say, it's the first language that once everybody was speaking on earth.
Right. Sure. That's the first language everybody was speaking on the earth, man.
Right.
Hey, that's an honor, Brianna Quan, to say that. I must have came up. And I remember standing there like, what'd you say again, sir? Yeah, it's like, damn, having to go through that and process the language. And then he say something else to you. Something. You gotta think, I just remember hearing, and then, but it'd be the same thing a different way. I don't know what I.S.U.P.K was, all those different ways to say no, and just, man, it was man, I can't, look, I wouldn't give nothing up for that, bro. I mean, it's like, I don't know if I said that right. I wouldn't buy, I don't know how to say it, but I wouldn't sell that for anything, God damn it, I said it that way. I wouldn't sell that shit for nothing. You know what I mean? That's a perfect example of how iron sharpens iron, man. It's like it be instilled like somebody caught me at the Passover. What was it? It was last year's Passover. This happened to me not last year. It wasn't last year. It was the year before last. It was the 49th Passover. Came in the room. Came into the Passover. I'm chilling. The service was done. We was able to get up and move around. I remember coming up to a brother. I forget who this was, man. I cannot remember it. I just remember what he said. He was like, "SHALAM out of one," and I remember it being stuck like, "Con, I got you." Because I couldn't. It caught me so off guard. Like I couldn't even answer him. I'm like, Con. Then after I got it, I was like, Tawab. Like, you know what I mean? I ain't even say Anya Tawab because it still was registering. I would have said, oh, Khan, Anya Tawab, Wafa. That's a whole Hebrew sentence.
Right.
That's a whole, I learned that one from Yami Kwan. Mashalamka, Anya Tawab, Wafa. I'm saying, and you. Why is and, a tha is you. That's a whole phrase.
Right.
I mean, it's like catch you off guard, man. Catch you off guard, but it keep you sharp. Yeah, iron keep you sharp. So let's get into this one right here, right? This ending right here is two different characters. Now let me explain this to you. Sit down the sword. Right, put the sword back real quick. Boom, set the sword on the podium. So this right here is two different characters, right? Look at the word Amar. Give the word Amar again, right? We're going to use that example. We know Amar means say, so I can put the connectors. We know Amar means say, it also means say. So, as you can see, this Yah right here, he got the word front. Because the Yah is going to be in front. The Wa, which is we got Yah right here. This is a form of a Yah. This is a form of a Yah. This is the Wa. You got the ancient Wa, then you got the Assyrian Wa. So the Yah is going to be on the front, and the Wa is going to be at the end. Yah, and then Wa. Now, when you see this, if you don't know what the hell this means, you are going to, if we never taught this, you will be confused. What is Yah at the beginning of a root word? Anybody know what is Yah at the beginning of a root word? Go ahead. T. What is Wa at the end of a root word? You did the Wa with the baby thing. What is Wa? Thayena, your what? Ka was your, what was Wa? Go ahead. No, that's at the beginning, at the end. Remember when we did the whole baby thing? Which one is it? Which one is why? Ka is your, yeah.
Mine.
Ka is your, what is why?
Mine.
Nope, that's Yah. What is, if I said, I remember I said, Thayanap is your baby. Thayanap Yawah is his baby. So what is why at the end of a root word? Go ahead. It's his. It's his. So one is he, and then one is his. So he's saying he said his. If you seen this, you would be confused. Yah Amarwa, he said his. That don't even make sense. So you're gonna say he said his name. The Y should go at the end of name. It should be Shamwa, his name. So he said his. That don't make sense. And then when you read the scripture is gonna say they said.
Right.
This Yah right here and this Y. These two right here, whenever you see a Yah at the beginning of the root word, but then you see a Wa at the end, these two is a form that means they. Means they said. They said. Whenever you see that, it means they said. Yah Amarwa, it means they said. Because the Yah at the beginning and the Y at the very end. Let me tell you something that Commandant GEN.YAHANNA taught me and told me what to do, right? I personally got a chance to ask. Now, you know I'm in the Philly camp. We get to see Commandant GEN.YAHANNA a lot more than the other cities, unfortunately. I know everybody want to, you know what I mean? No, we get to see the generals a lot more often. Any city that has a general in it, like DC or Baltimore, you know, they get to see the generals a lot more than any other city. Certain cities don't have a captain in it. Other cities do. You get to be around that captain, a lot more seasoned brother than any other city. So it's unfortunate for our brother and then for us, because we share the same pain they share. But I'm in a Philly camp, so I get a chance to come across Commandant GEN.YAHANNA. And of course, I don't say many words around the general like the Bible says. But I usually get a chance to ask him something, you know. So I asked Commandant GEN.YAHANNA one time, I forget what I was doing. This is when I was doing a caretaker in Philly, which I came up under Officer Yadaquan. Again, give Yadaquan a hand. I was in the caretaker. I was in the Officer Yadaquan, doing the caretaker of the school. And I got a chance to ask Commandant GEN.YAHANNA. I'm like, this is when I first got a chance to teach the Hebrew class, and I really wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. But I was told I could do me. You know what I mean? You know, teachers, you know, it's your class, you got authority over it. So I asked Commandant GEN.YAHANNA, like, all right, well, I want to teach the full language. I don't just want to do certain words. And nah, man, I want to break the whole damn thing down. And I asked Commandant GEN.YAHANNA, you know what I mean, think about it to the Most High in Christ. Got a chance to ask Commandant GEN.YAHANNA, what should I do? How should I go about it? And he told me, right? He told me, he said, first, the alphabet. Got to do the alphabet. That's first, foremost. We did that. Remember? Did the whole alphabet.
Right.
Then he said, teach the connectors. Because I wanted to break the whole entire language down. I wanted to speak it. He said, teach the connectors. He said, I ain't talking about the smiley face. And if you see these right here, this is a singular connector. This is a plural connector. Plural connector look like a smiley face. The singular connector look like a goddamn the frown. I mean the frown. But he said, teach the connectors, meaning teach what the connecting words mean. That's how you're going to identify what you read. Remember, before we learn words as a child, you learn how to speak.
Right.
You learn what you were saying, like how to identify what you're saying. We didn't learn how to spell apple. This is what apple looks like when you read it. By the time they can read apple, they already said it 1,000 times. We go to first grade, 6 years old, five. You go to preschool, 4. Been speaking for 2 years. By that damn time, 2 years old, you saying words. Mommy, daddy, hungry, milk, eating, crying. You getting mad. You trying to communicate. You're saying little things and hitting mommy and daddy back, and you ain't supposed to. That's why they say the terrible twos. You start to grow and do different things and become a personality, like to grow in your personality. And by that time, from 2 to goddamn 4, you talking a goddamn storm. You hungry? You what? What else? Mommy, daddy. I mean, all that. You want juice. Some babies like outside, like want to go outside today. They repeat it after you. So you teach them how to talk. When it comes to speaking our language, we got to learn how to talk as well. We got to learn how to speak. The connectors show you how to identify what you are reading. The connectors show you, when I say Ya'amarwa, I'm saying they. Or when you read it, you'll see that it's they. Because you'll see the connectors. Because we read in the Sabbath service every Saturday. Or every day if you got a Bible on your phone and it got the Hebrew in it. You're reading it every day, but you don't know what the hell you're looking at. So you got to identify what you're looking at. It's like a baby, he's speaking, they don't know what the hell he's saying. They say, fuck. You say, don't say that. Why you keep cussing around the baby? Oh, my bad. Shit, asshole. Now he's son, shit, asshole.
Good night.
And he's like, why you keep cussing around the baby? So that it is the same thing with Hebrew. You got to identify what we're looking at. So when Commander General said, teach the connectors second, that's why I started to teach the connectors. I went to the connectors at the beginning, the connectors at the end. Third, he said, teach the words. After you learn all this, after you learn Amagadahawa Tayakala Manasa I.Pa Tazak Warashata, I had to look at it to lock it in, brother. That's the alphabet. You gotta learn the connectors. What this means at the beginning, what that means at the end, what this means at the end. Then learn the words. Learn the words. Bang. Now you start to learn words. Start to learn the words. Start to imply the words, and then teach the past, or the past, present, and the future tense, and then the words. Salaki. Learn the connectors. Learn the tenses. Learn what you're looking at. Oh, I see that that's future tense. I see that that's saying they in the future tense. And then learn the words. Because once you learn the words, after you know the alphabet and you know the connectors and the tenses, like you know when I'm speaking to you in future tense, you don't know what the hell I'm saying, but you know I'm talking about something in the future. Right, perfect. You know what I'm saying, but I'm talking about something that happened a week ago. It had to be, or something that happened in the past. That's good. You're talking about something presently. You know what I mean? If I ask you what just happened, I don't know what you're saying, but I know that you're telling me something happened right now, like a baby.
Right.
A baby cries, you know there's something wrong with them right then and there. You gotta figure out what happened. If I speak to you in the future tense, you know it's something happened in the future. If I say this happened now in Hebrew, you might not know what I'm saying. You might not know the bottle dropped on my foot. You a baby. He can't tell you that, but he crying. You see the bottle on the floor. He crying and you start to feel it. What's wrong? You touch the baby feet, he cried more, and the bottle dropped on his goddamn foot. That's how you learn when you're a parent and learning how to communicate with a child. I got you down the car real quick. I ain't forgetting that you had your hand up. But that's how you figure it out. Right. So you gotta learn the connectors in the past, present, and future tense. Right. And then once you start to learn words, you put the words together with it. Then you can say, hey mom, I'm about to go to the store tomorrow. Like that was future tense. I'm about to go is future tense. Or I'm about to go is now. but I said tomorrow, which is future tense.
Right.
Hey, Dad, I'm not coming home tonight. You can say it. Hey, Dad, they just jumped me just now. Or they, the guys that jumped me yesterday. You can say it. You can communicate and everything like that. That's how he said to do it. He said to learn the alphabet, learn the connectors, learn the tenses, then teach the words. That's what the hell I'm doing.
Right.
Go ahead, Yamaquan. You ready? Or I had you off too long?
No,
Go ahead.
I think you said alphabet in Hebrew.
Alphabet. I forget how to say alphabet.
I know one word is something.
Allah.
Something.
Allah. Allah because it's cattle. Bayaf something. I think it's because in the alphabet is doing the ah and the ba. Allah by something or Allah Bayaf it may be. But we just I think it's the Allah Bayaf. Right?
Something like that, yeah.
Because that's where they're getting it from. They putting together the bet is the Yiddish. The alpha is the Yiddish. All that. They just putting it together. You know what I mean? Well, that's the white man's thing. Actually, that's like Greek alpha, beta, something. The fraternity things, but it's all the same thing. All right. But with our language, I forget what it is. I just know we call it LASHAWAN, QADASH, the Hebrew tongue. I forget. I heard it one time, but it really is not. We don't use it like that.
Yeah.
But I forget Yanaquan Salaki. I know it's got the I in it, the I and the ba, and then it's something else. It might just be the Allah Bayah.
I think it's something like that.
Like yeah, something like that. I forget.
It's something, yeah, it's something.
I forget what it is, but Ibariyah is how you say Hebrew as in the language. Ibariyah is how you say Hebrew as in the people that descended from Hebrew. Go ahead.
I think you were right. Could you say it one more time?
Allah Bayah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Allah Bayah. Yes.
Allah Bayah. Yep.
Allah.
Because they just using the ah and the ba.
I'm sorry.
Hey, Most High in Christ. Can I get a time check?
Time sure 8:56.
8:56. Hey, all right. Where we at? True. We probably got one more time to get. We just did that. We did Kyle. All right, so let's say them for the next class, right? All right, with that being said, I'm gonna keep this up on the board. We'll move on. I think I'm gonna try to clear some of this up real quick. Just write that over. I want it to be too confusing. Give y'all a chance to, write it down and get it clear. Amar is a group word. Yah, and then a Y at the end, means they. Said. Alright? They said. So with that being said, we'll pass the class over to Priest, and Officer 50, Officer Yadai.
Good. Officer Mirage, control hand. That being said, with the I.S.U.P.K, are on the 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under command of General Yohanna. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe is a commandment. You read about this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. The book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 and 10. By ISRAELITES, which is 10 in Hebrew, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department. Priest foreign free will offer for the priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you like to give, I'll become a holy convocation, will be the feast of Purim. The 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month, Saturday, March 7th, and Sunday, March 8th, 2020. You can read about that in the book of Esther, chapter 9, verse 20 to 31. Remind no occupant not go out to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If any brother wants to be a trooper in school, start wearing all black, blue shirt, headband, and scarf. And with that, I admire them to stand.
Come, we're gonna do the Lord's Prayer.
The palm up with love, we turn face to east. We're going to do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Avenal. Shabbat Shabbat. Qadash. Hayat. Shemka. Yahweh. Malak. Lamaha. Batazayaka. Hayat. Aisha. Aratasa. Tawal. Hayat. Hashemayim. Lebanon. Lakam. Kabawa, Wasalak now, Kabawa now, Hasalak now, Kabawa now, Wala'a, Wanasai walk, Hoshaya now, Maya, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Wala'a,
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. Forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
Sorry. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Mount Shabbat, Admat, Barak,
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Barakatham.
Guys at the top, sorry, turn face sister Admat. Now, sister, you're going to stand with your feet at a 45-degree angle, with your right hand over your left, with your head bowed and covered. Men of Israel, we're going to give the sister one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Mount Shabbat, Admat, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Alatham Ba'Shem Yahushua. Yahweh Shamar Alatham Ba'Shem Yahushua. Stand on the side. Classes.
Oh, yeah.
Two.
God bless you.